Hello and welcome to edupediaworld.com. In today's video, we will talk about water pollution. So, what is water? As we all know, water is a very important and integral part of our life here on this planet. This water is odorless, it is tasteless substance, and water on this earth covers 3/4 of the surface of the earth. So, what do we know about water on the earth? We know that on the earth's surface, it is 97% of the water is a salty water. So we cannot use this water for a purpose of drinking or preparing food or even for the agricultural. We cannot get this water to use for any of the purpose. So what do we do with this salt water? Because there is so much of water which has salt in it. We remove the salt from the ocean water, from the sea water, so that this water can be made to some use, right? But this purpose of getting the salt out of the water is very expensive. We use water for drinking, for irrigation, for industrial purposes, energy production, agriculture, and for other public use and also for domestic use. So water is a very prime element of many industrial processes as well as even for us, for the humans to survive on this earth. Now this water is used in many other ways. It is also known as the nourisher of plants and animals because their lives are dependent on water. Water is a bearer of food. It is a kind of food for us. With all this, we can say for sure that water is very important. We need water in order to live, in order to survive on this earth, right? So now let's move ahead. In this session, today we will talk about what is water pollution. We will learn the types of water pollution, causes of water pollution, and various impacts of this water pollution on the lives, on the ecosystem, on the environment. And finally, we will also talk about some of the remedies to avoid water pollution. So what is water pollution? Water pollution is contamination of natural environment with some kind of harmful substances. And this harmful substances mostly because of the human activity. So contamination of water by some kind of impurities, by some kind of harmful substance is known as water pollution. Water pollution affects the entire biosphere. It affects the plants, the living organism, the human lives, and everything that lives on the earth. In other words, we can also define water pollution as an undesirable change in the state of the water contaminated with harmful substances. And this is the second most important environmental issue, which is next to air pollution. So air pollution is the first environmental issue which has been raised, and next to it is the water pollution, right? And most of it, as I said, is due to human activity. Human intervention is seen to cause a lot of water pollution. Now let's talk about types of water pollution. Now there are two types of water pollution. One is the point source water pollution, and the second is a non-point source pollution. What is point source pollution? Point source, in very simple word, is something which is produced from a single point, from a single source. Whereas non-point source solution is something which is not from a single source, but the sources are many. So from many sources, the pollution takes place. So that is what, in simple word, is the difference between both the type of pollution. If the pollution comes from a single location, such as discharge pipe attached to a factory, or an oil spill from a tanker, a discharge from a smoke stack, or someone pouring oil from their car down a drain, is known as point source solution. Whereas a great deal of water pollution happens not from single point source, but it happens from many different scattered sources, which comes in the non-point sources. That is, more pollution is caused due to the non-point source pollution. Let's see again what is point source pollution and non-point source pollution. So what are non-point source pollution here? Non-point are rural homes. So homes are many, and there are different kinds of impurities or contaminants which come out from homes. It's not just one but many homes. So the rural homes, they become a non-point source solution. Thereafter, the city streets, they are also non-point source. The crop land, in the agricultural land, many kind of contaminants are added to this water source. So they also become non-point source. But what will become point source? Point source will be something like a factory, and from the factory you have this pipe here. There's a waste pipe for the waste which is connected to the water source. So these two now become the point source, because this is one source from where the contaminants are added to the water. Urban development also becomes a non-point source pollution. Right, so all these are non-point source solution, whereas factories and industries and some kind of treatment plant will become single point source pollution. Right, so now we know what is the difference between two types of pollution. Now let's talk about what causes these pollution. How is this pollution caused? Pathogens are the real cause for the water pollution, even though we know that most of the pathogens are supposed to be harmless and beneficial for our health, but there are some bacteria which cause a lot of diseases, and a high level of these pathogens can also result from on-site sanitation systems, from septic pipes, from the latrines, or inadequately treated sewage discharge. So these pathogens can develop from many sources. Now, the pathogens which are found to be causing disease in the water are Salmonella, Norovirus, and Cryptosporidium parvum. So these are some of the pathogens which cause water pollution. Now there are other organic contaminants which also cause disease, and these contaminants may include the organic contaminants as well as the inorganic contaminants. So we'll first talk about the organic contaminants which cause water pollution. The organic contaminants which cause water pollution are detergents, the disinfection by the products which are found in chemically disinfected drinking water, such as chloroform. So this is the chloroform. Food processing waste, which can include oxygen reducing substance, that is, it may be fat, it may be grease. So next is a lot of insecticides and herbicides also cause water pollution. And petroleum hydrocarbons, which include the gasoline, the diesel, and the jet fuel. So among those contaminants, those organic contaminants which cause water pollution. Among the inorganic contaminants, we have industrial discharge, we have ammonia from the food processing waste. So ammonia also causes water pollution. Chemical waste as industrial byproducts. Fertilizers containing nutrients such as nitrate and phosphate, which are generally found in storm water runoff from the agriculture, as well as the commercial and residential use. So generally farmers work with chemicals that end up in the water, and these chemicals, they harm the water, they cause the water pollution, right? The chemicals that generally run into the water because of agriculture, these chemicals are used in order to control the weeds, in order to control insects and pests. So these also cause water pollution. And finally, the heavy metals from the motor vehicles. So these are some of the inorganic contaminants which cause water pollution. Now, other type of water pollution includes the nutrient pollution. So what is nutrient pollution? Generally, these water bodies have a lot of microorganisms, right? And these includes the aerobic as well as the anaerobic microorganisms. When too much of these microorganisms grow in the water, they easily use up most of the oxygen in the air, right? And you must have seen this has a green layer. So this is a layer of algae here. And this algae growth will take place. So this algae will use most of the oxygen. And when most of the oxygen is used, if the oxygen is depleted, the organism will die out of oxygen starvation. When the oxygen is depleted, the aerobic organism die And the anaerobic organisms grow more and more to produce more and more harmful toxins such as ammonia and sulfides. So that is how the water pollution is caused because of nutrients. So next is surface water pollution. This is very much visible. We've seen most of the lakes, the rivers, the lagoons and the oceans getting dirty because of so many non-biodegradable waste which is thrown into it. For example, the plastic and the other, even the biodegradable waste and the non-biodegradable, both the kind of waste are actually thrown in these water resources and they pollute the water, right? So this kind of water pollution, the surface water pollution, actually takes place because of the residents which are residing near these water resources. The next type is groundwater pollution. We apply pesticides and the chemicals to the soil. They are washed deep into the ground because of rainwater. And this gets to the underground water. Means this water which is on the surface, on the ground, it gets mixed up with the underground water and it causes groundwater pollution. So this means that when we dig wells and bore and try to get water from the underground, water will contain a lot of contaminants and it is not healthy for us to drink, right? And this kind of water needs to be checked for the groundwater pollution. There are some metals and solvents from the industries which also pollute the water bodies. These are very, very poisonous to many forms of aquatic life and they may also slow down their development. They can make them infertile. They can kill these marine lives. So many such incidents can take place. The groundwater pollution also contains the sewage and the sewage waste. They also pollute the water. The sewage and the water waste that is produced by each of the houses is chemically first treated and then should be released in the sea or any other freshwater resource. So next is oil spillage. Oil spillage, initially it is a localized effect. It is a localized effect on the wildlife which are staying in a particular area. But this can actually spread to miles. So a lot of fishes and other marine life can also lead to death because of the oil. Mining activities near a water source is also a big source of water pollution. Mining, as we already read earlier, is a process of crushing the rocks and then extracting coal and other minerals from the underground. So that is what is mining. Now these metals which are extracted in the raw form, they contain a lot of harmful chemicals and even gases, and these can actually increase the amount of toxic elements which if they mix in the water, they may result in a lot of health problems. So generally, mining activities should not be close to any water resource. Next is underground storage and tube leaks. We talked about the ground pollution, we talked about the surface pollution. Now here we are talking about underground pollution, any pollution which is taking in underground. So that can happen only when there is any kind of leak or a breakage in the underground source of water. Even the petroleum products which are generally stored in the underground, and these are stored in metals or some kind of tubes. And other sewage systems also run in the underground tubes. Now over a period of time, these metal tubes, they begin to rust, and then these petroleum or even the sewage, they begin to leak. Now if that happens, they will contaminate the soil. They will also end up contaminating the nearby water resources, right? So that is why these underground storage or the tube leaks, they are the major cause for water pollution. Ocean and marine dumping. Yes, ocean and marine dumping is also a major cause of water pollution. Whenever we visit any sea or any ocean, what we do is we keep throwing our waste thinking that it will not dirty the water resource. But the waste paper, the food waste, the plastic, the rubber, the metallic and aluminium waste. So all these waste actually end up polluting the water. And all these waste, after they are being dumped in the ocean, they actually take a long time for them to decompose because they are in the water. They do not get decomposed so easily. So that is again a type of water pollution. Now that we know about what is the water pollution and how the water pollution is caused, let's also talk about some of the impacts of water pollution. The main problem that is caused by water pollution is that it kills the life that depends on the water, right? Dead fish, crabs, birds, dolphins, and many other such animals, they are found dead on the beaches because they are killed by the pollutants which are already existing in their habitat, that is in the water resource. So death of these animals is a very, very heavy impact of water pollution. Next is disruption of food chain. Yes, the water pollution actually disrupts the natural food chain as well. There are some pollutants such as the cadmium, which are often eaten by the animals, and later these animals are consumed by fish or the shellfish, and the food chain continues to disrupt at a very, very higher level. That is, these chemicals, these toxins, these continue to carry forward, these continue to transfer from one species to the other species to the other animal. Now look at this picture. The water waste and runoff added into the source, it carries a lot of microplastics into waterway, right? And these microplastics that are added into the water, they will be eaten by the smallest fishes or the smallest organism. These will be eaten by slightly smaller fishes, and these small fishes will be eaten by big fish, and big fish will further be eaten by sharks or even bigger fishes. So what is happening? Bioaccumulation is taking place over this time. Next impact on the water pollution is diseases. Humans are also affected by water pollution. People can get diseases such as, hepatitis by eating seafood which has been poisoned. You must have heard that in many poor countries and poor nations, there is always some kind of outbreak of cholera and other diseases which result because of poor and bad drinking water and because of other contaminations, right? So there are some diseases which are caused because of water pollution, which includes diarrhea, hepatitis B, colic problems, dysentery. The major effect is because of the lead poisoning. Right, the lead poisoning can actually affect the nerves, it can affect the brains, it can cause hearing problem, it can also cause delayed growth in the children. Now, destruction of ecosystem. Yes, we know that ecosystem is healthy interaction between living and non-living organism. But in case there is a lot of pollution and water pollution, then this healthy interaction is no more healthy, but it gets disturbed. The ecosystem can be severely changed or it can be destroyed because of water pollution. Everything changes. There's a change in the climate. There is desertification and land degradation. There is freshwater decline, biodiversity loss, stratospheric and ozone depletion because of other pollutions like air pollutions or water pollution. And everything is actually circulating around the human health. Human health is in the center. Any change in the ecosystem from a balanced state to an imbalanced state will eventually affect the human health. Now let's learn about some of the remedies or solutions to the water pollution. See, preventing the water pollution actually deals with something that everyone, including the government and the local councils, they need to get involved with. We should never throw any waste away open and unattended. And especially in the water resource, we should avoid throwing any waste. We should always look at the correct waste bin, and if there is none around, then we should take it home and put it in our trash bin or trash can. So this includes places especially like beaches, riverside, water bodies. So this is to be taken care of. Next is we have to use water very, very wisely. Do not keep the tap running when the water is not in use. Also, you can reduce the amount of water you use for washing and bathing. If we all do this, then we can significantly prevent the water shortage and reduce the amount of dirty water that needs treatment. Because the more and more water we use, let's say for washing clothes, that water is ultimately going down the drain, and this water is treated, again circulated for us to use, right? So the treatment of water, this particular process is very, very costly. So in order to avoid large quantity of water being treated, we have to reduce the use of the water at our homes. Next is, what is most important is not to throw chemicals, oil, paints and medicines down the sink drain or down the toilets, because this also creates a lot of water pollution. It also makes those harmful chemicals go down and get mixed up in the water. Even in the rural areas, we have seen the dead bodies and the dead animals. They are generally thrown in the rivers and in the other water resources. So this should be avoided. If we use of chemicals and pesticides and a lot of herbicides, then we should not, first of all, overuse it. And as far as possible nowadays, we should use even biofertilizers so that they avoid any kinds of toxics. Because these fertilizers and these herbicides and insecticides, they carry a lot of harmful chemicals which when get mixed up in the water resources because of agricultural runoff, then they also pollute water. So either we have to reduce the use of such chemicals or we have to go in for biofertilizers. Next solution is to always use products which are eco-friendly. For example, do not use plastic because that is, first of all, non-biodegradable, and second, it is not eco-friendly. So we have to use the products which are eco-friendly because these are the products which do not cause pollution. They are easily biodegradable. They can be decomposed very, very easily. So always whenever we buy product, we should see whether it is eco-friendly or not. If we live close by any water body, then we should take efforts to plant lot of trees and flowers around our home so that whenever it rains, the chemicals from our homes do not run easily into the drain or into the water resource. So grow more and more trees. Develop awareness among people regarding the importance of water. This is very, very important. Only if we tell people now, because today we are using water, we only think about today. But we have to tell people that, we have to start thinking about, 20 years, 50 years or 100 years after today. What is going to happen if the water pollution continues to increase at the same rate as it has been increasing now? And by doing so, we have to create awareness among people of the importance of water, of how to protect water, why water is useful, right? So awareness is most important. Only if people have awareness regarding water and the other natural resource, they will be thoughtful. So I hope you must have understood what is water pollution, how water pollution is created, how water pollution takes place, and what all substance cause water pollution, what are the different kinds of water pollution, and what are the various impacts of water pollution. And finally, we have discussed what are the possible remedies and solutions which can start from an individual itself. I hope you must have understood the content on water pollution. So thank you for watching Edupedia World videos.